Final exams have three effects on students. Firstly, final exams make students review all of the material from the semester so the student can absorb and better understand the material. Secondly, it is an indication that the semester is over so that students will not have to be plagued with more assignments from their semester 1 courses. Thirdly, it creates a lot of stress for students, as final exams hugely affect students' grades. Final exams. What are they? Basically, they are exams that are either given by the teacher or are the provincial exams that are provided by the government. These final exams usually test all of the material reviewed and learned during the semester. These tests show how much the students have learned from and comprehended the course. Why are these stressful? Well, for most classes in Semiahimo Secondary, these tests usually account for a big portion of their final marks, usually anywhere from between 15% to 40%. For instance, the Grade 10 provincials affect 20% of a student's mark, while the Grade 12 provincials affect 40% of a student's mark. Then, how do students at Semiahimo Secondary feel about final exams? A couple of students were interviewed, and these students shared their feelings about the final exams. Grade 10 Semi student Alina Huang shares her opinions on final exams.
I gained lots of experiences. I learned to not procrastinate, and it won't work if you study for your final exams on the last 2 days or so, because that's what I did in grade 8 and grade 9. So this year, I am going to try to study like 2 weeks ahead of time or something. I don't think that there should be final exams.
Catherine thinks that even though she gets stressed out from the final exams, that it is a good way to review materials that students have learned and see where students are at. Students' opinions differ on whether final exams are necessary. Many students choose to study for their final exams as it counts for a big portion of their marks. However, the methods students use to study are different for each student. The prospect of final exams can be stressful, but studying can also be a useful tool to absorb a lot of material.